Hello guys, let's get going and start off with the analysis video. I'm gonna jump to EURUSD, and if you remember last week I was expecting the price to finish this consolidation and aim for a new higher high, and as you can see the price broke the previous high and then went into a deeper pullback. The way things are looking for this week, I'm expecting the price to drop a bit more because the uptrend is strong. So I'm seeing this as a correction for one more drop towards this second level. We are in a daily fair value gap, so we might see some corrections here before resuming the uptrend. Okay, so I'll be looking for a reaction from this level, meaning that I want to see a strong impulse up followed by a small consolidation. So if you can catch a quick trade towards the downside, then that would be nice because there could be a nice risk to reward on the lower time frames. But personally, I'll be waiting for the price to reach this level and see the price action if it will give a nice reaction up. For pound USD, similar. I'm expecting the price to continue to drop in a corrective manner. I'm looking at this area for a reaction. We have to take it step by step. So I'm expecting a correction and one more drop. The price could also reverse from these levels, but for that I want to see a strong move up, breaking the previous levels, and then if we get the corrective price action, then most likely this will continue up. Personally, I would like to see a bit more pullback because we can buy it from a lower level, which means a cheaper price, and that means that we'll have better risk to rewards towards the previous top, or if you target the supply, similar, we're gonna have a better risk to reward if the price goes down. So wait for your setups if you see a reaction inside this zone, or like I was saying, if we get a strong breakout, or if we break the previous lower high followed by consolidation, then this again, it's gonna be a good trade to have a look at. For dollar yen, I was expecting last week the price to continue upwards. As you can see by this arrow on the screen, I was expecting this correction to finish and then the price to continue to push back up, taking out the previous top. We got the break of structure and the price made a sharp drop towards the downside, was a pullback, collected the liquidity from these levels before slow and steady pushing back up. I can see now the price continuing upwards, engaging into a higher time frame correction, which means that we will have another higher high followed by a pullback, which will follow with another higher high. So I'm expecting the price to be moving in a zigzag pattern. So any trade that you take towards the upside, make sure you take profits fast and you get the chance to re-enter another trade. My next target for dollar yen in the grand scheme of things will be this bigger degree lower high, and I expect the price to hit this level very soon. For dollar CAD, if you remember last week, I was expecting the price to continue to move to the downside. I was targeting two areas for potential take profits, the demand zone, or there was another option if this would have had a bit more bearish momentum to target the previous low, create a new lower low. But as you can see, the price started to push back up, and the way things are looking, even though this looks corrective, don't forget that the bigger trend is bullish. So we have to focus on buy setups, which means that I'm expecting in the coming week the price to continue to push back up, potentially targeting the top of this swing. So we have to take it step by step because price action is corrective and this might also drop. But first I'm expecting the price to break this level and then we'll see what happens. Pound yen was another good setup. If you remember, I was forecasting that this is a nice POI. So as you can see, the price reacted from this point of interest. We had a strong candle last week, and like I was saying, the price will continue to push back up, taking this top. It also exceeded my expectations and it went double the amount that I was expecting. So now let's wait and see what happens here because it looks like the price is now engaging into a deeper consolidation, and for now I don't see any setup and I'm expecting this top to be taken out at some point. But first we might drop one more time before we'll reach this level. Okay, so keep in mind that the price could drop one more time before pushing back up, but if you see the price continuing to move up, breaking the previous swing, if you see a small correction, then I think this will push back up at least towards the supply or to create a new higher high. For gold, last week I was expecting the price to drop towards this level and then push back up, but as you can see, we only got a flat correction. The price didn't reach the level that I was targeting and it went up almost 700 pips. We got a liquidity sweep as we speak. Then we broke the previous higher low, which means that this could be starting a deeper pullback. So I won't be surprised if I see the price dropping one more time before pushing back up. At the moment, I don't see any buy setups, so I will stay a bit on the sidelines with gold, but my guess is that it will drop one more time and then we should see what happens, if it will continue to push back up or if it will go into a bigger degree correction on the bigger time frames. For silver last week, the price reacted from the POI like I was expecting. We created a new higher high. This was a nice setup, and now the way things are looking, this is engaging into a deeper consolidation similar to gold. I'm expecting this to resume the uptrend at some point, either from the current level, either will drop one more time. We got a nice liquidity level sitting below, so we can drop towards this area before resuming the uptrend, or we can go back up from the current level. So overall, I'm bullish on silver. Let's see if we get a reaction on the lower time frames to confirm the uptrend continuation. For oil, if you remember, I was expecting last week the price to reach this level and wait for a reaction. We got the reaction after that, and the price dropped, collecting a lot of liquidity along the way. Then it started to push back up, breaking the previous top, and the way things are looking, I'm very inclined to think that this is gonna continue to move up. We got a breakout candle close above. It isn't that solid, so even though I expect this to go up from this consolidation, we got a candle close above. Now the price pushed back down towards the discount area of the previous candle, which is a good sign. We got a nice reaction candle as well with a solid close on the 4 hours, and I'm expecting the price to continue up in the coming week, at least for a higher high, because in the grand scheme of things, this has the potential to create a bigger consolidation, and I'm expecting the price to be bullish on the lower time frames. As a target for US oil, I'm going to be looking at this swing top. So this is the target that I'm going to be aiming in the short term, similar to UJ. If you remember, there's a similar pattern developing on UJ as well, and this is my target in the near future. So let's see what happens next. For NASDAQ, last week I was expecting the price to start gaining some bullish momentum. I wanted to see a break of structure first, pullback, and then continuation, but as you can see, at the moment the pattern is flat. The price is basically in the same level that it was last week, so the scenario hasn't changed. So now I'm waiting for the price to take out this equal highs, and if I see a correction or a sideways move, then most likely the price will head back up, creating another higher high. So this has a nice potential for buy setups if this happens, in my opinion. Let's wait and see if we get the setup, but like I was saying, wait for the tops to be targeted, wait for a correction, and then we can look for our buys. Okay, for DAX, last week I was expecting the price to drop a bit more towards the discount area before pushing back up towards the supply, but as you can see, we only got a small flag before the market pushed the price up towards the supply. Midweek, the price started to develop a pullback. Very important to keep an eye out on the current level for a potential reaction. Wait for the price to break the previous lower high area before engaging into any trades, because this could be a correction, continue to drop. So we have to wait a bit more for that. We also have this order blocks below, so the price could continue to drop, sweeping out the previous zone, even though we had a sweep at this level. So I won't be surprised if I see another one collecting more liquidity before reversing and continuing upwards. Bitcoin, last week I was expecting the price to continue to push up in a corrective manner. I was waiting for a break of structure and a pullback, and as you can see, both of them occurred, and I was targeting the previous top to be taken out and create a new higher high. So this was a good analysis. Now my advice is to take it step by step. Let's wait and see if we get a strong candle up followed by a consolidation, because then I'm going to be confident that the price will push back up again, breaking the previous top, creating a new higher high, and slow and steady resuming the uptrend. But like I was saying, we have to be careful, because this could also drop, manipulating the market a bit, collecting all the liquidity before resuming the uptrend. So these are the two options that I can see for Bitcoin. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my analysis. I wish all of you a happy trading week ahead, and we'll see you guys on the next one.